Good day, good day, good day. Welcome back to 340 Caribbean Culture Home Cook Edition for the average cook. Today we're going to make some fricassee chicken. Um, I saved us some time because, of course, when when you're buying chicken nowadays, it's basically you're buying feathers and everything else. So it takes quite a bit of time to clean all of that stuff. So just to save a little bit of time, I went ahead and did all of that. We're working with chicken drumsticks today, and let's get cooking. I already washed them in vinegar, washed them in lemon juice, washed them like twice. Okay, I'm gonna go in and start seasoning them, and make sure when you season your food, the seasoning actually coat the whole chicken. Okay, chicken pieces. Going in with some laurels, you can use whatever seasoning you choose. I'm gonna mix them up, make sure it's coating everything before I go into anything else. I want some seasoned salt and everything. Even though I'm gonna add a little more when it's cooking, but I want to make sure everything is covered. You're seasoning your food, you just don't want it, you don't want to salt your food. There's a big difference. All right. Got that on. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of complete seasoning. Whichever one you want, you can use. You don't have to use these exact seasoning. You can actually choose whatever you want to choose to put on your food, whatever you normally use to cook. I'm going with some granulated garlic. I'm going with some onion powder. I'm going with some jerk. Now be mindful of how much jerk you put in. Now I don't use a ton load of it because my wife doesn't do spice, and because I add the jerk seasoning, I'm definitely not going to add any black pepper because she definitely won't be able to handle it. Okay. The reason why I use jerk, because jerk seasoning has a little bit of everything. It has the pimento in it. It has sugar in it. It has it already has salt in it. So you don't want to go in with too much salt from the beginning if you know you're going to add quite a bit more jerk seasoning. So just be mindful of that. You want everything to be seasoned, balanced. Okay. You can go in with a little bit of olive oil or whatever you want to go in with to kind of act as a binder. But I'm not. Rubbing this bad boy in. The time that you take to prepare your food, whereas seasoning it up and letting it marinate, is the better your food will taste. Okay. All right. Now everything is nicely coated. Everything is nicely coated. And I'm going to let it hang out for a bit in the refrigerator. Keep them hands clean. Keep those hands clean. All right. In the meantime, I have some water going. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some rice. Okay. I'm going to add some peas and stuff in the rice. You can basically use any kind of peas as you want. But I'm going in with some pinto beans. All right. While that's cooking, I'm going to start getting me some veggies chopped up. And if you know, you know, leaves a little bit of skin and all that stuff from the onions. You can actually use them as in your stock. Okay. You don't need no fancy chopping. It's a quick little rough chop. Nothing fancy. And as usual, I save the roots because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna plant them. Quick little rough chop. So you don't have to be trying to dig them out. You can just leave them all in the pot. I would actually like to go in with some coconut milk, but I can't. The young man is allergic to it, so I'm gonna let this start boiling up, and I'm gonna get back to it. Meanwhile, a matter of fact, while that is boiling, I'm gonna go ahead and wash up the rice. I'm gonna add a little more rice to it. At least it will last us a couple of days. You want to wash it till at least the rice start to run clear. Now water start to get clear, you know you got the majority of the starch of it out. You ain't gotta be perfect. We just want a good bit of starch out of it. All right. Meanwhile, the pot is going. I'm gonna go ahead and add some butter in there and some more seasoning. Now, bear in mind these are canned beans, so really and truly, it's not like you're boiling those hard beans that you gotta soak overnight. But you want to go in with some butter. One, to keep the rice from sticking, and two, to add some kind of extra flavor. Going in with some complete. Now this rice, you should be able to eat this rice without any kind of gravy or meat or whatever. At least that's how I like it. And that was seasoned salt. Going in with some onion powder. All you're doing is just adding flavor to your rice. You don't have to eat plain old rice. Onion powder. Onion powder makes it all better. And now I'm gonna go with a piece of thyme. This time of year, my thyme tree be looking like it be saying help. So I purchase some thyme. Give it a chance to stay alive. I keep it in the freezer to keep it good. When I know, it's Florida, but it still experiences some kind of so-called winter. But it's kind of crazy to me that actually in February is when really and truly you get spring. Well, you get fall. And that's when all the leaves start falling. With a bit more seasoned salt. As the West Indian folk will say, it's fresh. Some onion powder. Go with a little more garlic powder. Give it a stir. Much better. But I'm add a little more salt. I want to be able to eat it. Larry's don't. It's salty, but it's not salt like if you use regular salt. Seasoned salt don't have the monstrous saltiness. I'm not going anywhere any more than that. Here we go. I'd say it's kind of crazy when you're accustomed to cooking big pots and you go back to cooking smaller pots. It kind of sometimes throws you for a loop. Stir this up. This is what the rice comes down to. I thought I had a little too much water in it, but I really don't. Just stirring the rice, the bottom on top. I lowered the flame. I'm trying to do this with one hand, y'all. I took the camera off the tripod. And just gotta let it sit there and steam a little bit. Alright. Alright, I'm back. Chicken had time to marinate and some more. I have a pot here was drying out. What I'm gonna do, go ahead and add some oil in it. We're doing more, let's like a shallow fry. So you don't need no ton load of oil. While that is coming up to temperature, I'll crank that up a little bit. While that is coming up to temperature, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and add some brown in. Anybody know me? No, I don't really use too much browning. I prefer to burn some sugar. But hey, it is what it is. You can't always do it. And go ahead and mix it in. Essentially what you're doing, fricassee chicken is almost like it is basically stewed chicken, but it's considered fricassee chicken because you more or less brown off the chicken, frying it. Chopstick, if you know, you know. That helps you check to see if your oil is hot. Give it a couple more minutes. All right, I can smell the oil, and it's starting to get a little more fluid. Hear it kind of sizzling a little bit. It's not really high, up to temperature, but I'm gonna go ahead in with the chicken. Chicken is also cold, so I'm not gonna crowd the pot. That's quick enough. I'm gonna let that keep going. Frying down the chicken. Now you're not trying to cook the chicken in its entirety. You're just trying to brown it up a little bit because it's still going back in the pan. Move back a little bit when it started to cook down some more. Now I'm not going to try to fry it down as crispy as some cultures do. As you notice me constantly saying the way my wife like it. I almost could eat anything. I'm not picky. She's very picky, and to be honest, my cooking more caters to the way she likes stuff. So, because like I said, I can always eat. I won't eat anything, but I would eat more stuff than she would. So I'm gonna just let it go for another couple of minutes, and then I'm gonna take it out. I think this is as far as I'm gonna let it go, because like I said, she don't like anything fried and then put into a sauce. So this is as far as I'm comfortable letting it go. So yes, I'm putting it back in the same container because it's going to continue to cook in a few. I'm going to take these out. They're as brown as I'm going to let them go. So like I said, if it's too friedy, she's not going to eat it. And I ain't trying to eat a whole pot of food by myself. I know Michael would gladly help, but this is as far as I'm going to go. If it was just for me, I would have continued going, but it's not. That's the one thing about these Dutch pot here, they keep spinning, spinning, spinning. All right. I'll be back when I'm taking these out. All right. I discarded the oil. Just left some in the pot because I'm gonna need a little bit to cook down some of the tomatoey taste. And this is another thing I can't go in a lot with because, of course, wifey really can't mess with it. So. Get this cooked down some. And for those of you that got kids with allergies and stuff like that, between allergies and picky eaters, you gotta do what you gotta do. While that is continuing to cook down, I already went in and I chopped up the vegetables and stuff that's going in. I have some thyme, I have some carrots, I have some bell peppers, and I have some onions. That's going to help loosen up some of the fun on the bottom of the pot. All of this flavor down there. I love these Dutchy pots, but they don't sit still. You can also go in with some potatoes. The potatoes will help thicken up the gravy. To each his own though. I'm going with a little bit of my broth and some pimento seeds. This is another thing. This is another thing she don't like. That's my baby though. The same way she caters to me, I'm gonna cater to her. She does a hell of a job. Going with the broth. The more you cook down, you're gonna get that stuff off of the bottom. Then some more, a little bit at a time. Look at that. Look at that. All that flavor. You leave it at the bottom of the pot? Hell no. A little bit at a time. Remember, you're going to need a lot of liquid. Just a lot. You need more liquid than this to continue cooking the chicken. When you got kids and people that you know you do this for, and they don't realize the kind of work that goes into preparing them a meal, you know, you get kind of upset when you get that little ungratefulness kicking in. Takes a little bit getting this done. Even while the chicken is cooking, that stuff is going to loosen up. But I like to get most of it up. It doesn't have anything to bite on and create a bigger mess in the pot. It's getting there. She's almost all the way off the bottom. And just go ahead and finish up with this. This is actually vegetable stock. Now I'm going to go in with the chicken. Everybody does it a little different. Each island, you know, is a little different. Everybody say Caribbean is Caribbean. No, they don't. We all ain't Jamaicans. We all ain't Centomians. We all ain't Cubans and every other nationality. Every one of us does stuff differently. It's the somewhat kind of the same, but it's still different. Every nationality does things their way. Doing this kind of stuff it reminds me of my mom. You know. I'm going with a little more liquid, but I'm going to use the stuff out of the pan. We'll cover this up and we're gonna let it cook. When it start bubbling up, then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna shut it down. Well, I'm gonna turn the fire down. All right, let's step back in here. Take a look and see where we at. Then the chicken soften up. Ain't nobody like tough chicken. Ain't like it's a yard board, but still. Like my chicken a little soft. She's coming along. She almost there. I'm just having it on a low fire, so she'll continue to bubble. I turn it up a little bit. We getting there. Slow but steady. We getting there. All right, we're gonna take a look at this. 9 out of 10, it should be completely cooked. I had it on a real low fire because I got plenty of time. And that's done. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna shut it down, but I'm gonna leave it on the burner so that it could continue to reduce itself. But that's a wrap. I'm gonna go ahead, fix up a plate here. Boy eats a lot, so Michael. And basically, this is what it looks like. All right, I'm gonna just let that simmer and reduce itself, so it's gonna make the gravy. It's gonna make the gravy a lot thicker, and that's what we do. You know. All right, guys, that's the fat boy right there. And go ahead, grab your fork. Test it out. It's hot. It came off. So it's called fricassee chicken. It's like stew chicken, but it's made a little different. It's so good. It's good. All right, we're gonna call this the end of the day. All right. Thank you. Thank you for sticking and staying with us. It's been another day. Quick meal. It's not that quick. It's a little in depth, but thanks for staying with us throughout the video. Please give a like, a share, leave a comment, tell a friend to tell a friend, and help us to grow. Thank you so much. Until the next video.